Okay, well, I just climbed up on the roof of my RV because my solar panels, my charge won't get above 62%. And I brought my cleaner with me, and I'm glad I did because look at this. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that it's just a matter of them being dirty that is causing the problem. I'm about to clean them off and we'll see. Hey buddy, what you doing down there, Bendito? Hey buddy, I'm up here. Hey buddy, Bendito. He doesn't have a, there you are, you saw Mama. I was thinking he didn't have a clue where I might be. Hey buddy. Okay, well, hopefully that'll help. At least it's a pretty view up here, huh? Oh, goodness. You know, if anybody ever told you that this life is easy, they might have been fibbing to you a little bit. But it sure is worth it. Okay, this is the part that I hate. Going over the side. It turns out that the kill switch had been activated, which meant no energy from the solar panels was getting to the batteries. And I have no idea how long that's been off. My batteries have been going down and got down to 62% as of today, and that's when I started to panic. And so I called Robert, and he said, oh, look at the key on the kill switch, and if it comes out, that means you've activated the kill switch. So I didn't realize that that would happen, and Bandit's treat baskets and his baskets where I have like his leashes and his dog shampoo and everything is in front of the kill switch. So eventually I will get that kill switch moved, and in the meantime I've moved the baskets over. And so it's always something, just like in any house that you have to maintain and learn about. And so that leads me to the topic of you may not want to camp with me. Hi everybody, Debra and Bandit here. Thank you for being on my channel, and thank you for being on this journey with us. We just got back from a 2-mile walk, and it's on a hill. I got on the other side of a hill over here, and I'm going to show you that view at the end of this video. I wanted to make it to the top, but the sun's going down, as you can see from the long shadow of Phoenix. So I thought maybe we better hurry up and get back to the rig. Plus I wanted to share this video with you. So what does not having any solar power have to do with you might not want to camp with me? Let me see if I can tie that together for you. Well, things come up, right? Life happens. An example is waking up and realizing that it's not because you've been in clouds for 3 days, and you can see it's still partly cloudy, but I mean it was raining and sleeting and snowing and completely overcast. And so I thought maybe that I wasn't getting solar power to my batteries because of that. But then you wake up on a bright sunny day and you realize you got to do something, and it doesn't matter what's on your schedule. And that's what I kind of want to talk to you about today, because I have had some major revelations for me that affect me moving forward. And for me, it's very, very positive. And since my channel is about a day in my RV life, and this is going to affect all of my days moving forward, I thought maybe I would share it with my wonderful viewers. Now, I had already written a blog post, and my patrons read that. And so this is kind of a duplicate of that, but not really. So if you're one of my patrons, you're probably thinking, oh, I read that, but this is a little bit different. So I feel like I have a calling to write. For those of you new to my channel, you may not know it, but I have a traumatic brain injury. The brain is such an amazing organ. I can't read anymore. I don't have reading comprehension to read books. Of course, I can read, and I read short articles, but I can't read like I used to. If I get 2 to 3 pages in a book, even a book that I've written, I have to go back and I have to figure out what they're talking about or what I was talking about. I don't even remember in the books I've written. That's why my writing partner, Angelique Giron at writeforhealing.com, helps me with all of my writing and editing. I write, she edits, Robert publishes. It's a great team. But I don't have reading comprehension, yet God left me the ability to still write, and I'm so grateful for that. I also can't do math anymore. It seems like with my Aricept, that may be getting a little bit better, but I still can't. And even using a calculator, if it gets too many numbers, I can't even do that. Calendars is kind of math related, just anything. And so it's like that my brain is just fascinating, and every brain injury is different. And so what does that have to do with writing? Well, when I first got out here, I honestly thought that I was coming out here to live my last days. The doctors had said, they told me and my then payee, Leslie, that I might see 2016, but I wouldn't know it. And I'm currently finishing up my book, How Being a Nomad Saved My Life. And I really believe that. And now I have a trustee. And a trustee, the difference is he's not only my payee, he is my medical power of attorney, my legal power of attorney, and just all of the above. And legally that makes him my trustee. And the reason that I have to have that is because my doctors don't want to work with me directly without a legal guardian. And the government won't give me my disability check. It has to go to a payee. So under one umbrella, David is my trustee. And so what does that have to do with why you might not want to camp with me and solar power? Well, like I said, when I first got out here, I thought that maybe I was just out here to enjoy as many days as I could before either my brain injury won or I died or became a vegetable, and it was just kind of a race to see at that time which that was going to be. But then this life started giving me life back. And then the doctors gave me Aricept. And just first one thing has led to another, and I'm still here. And so when Phoenix, my RV, rose from the ashes from the Mojave desert and became free again and could roll again, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out, it was kind of a rebirth for me too. I realized I'm not out here to die. I'm out here to live. And if you watched any of my winter videos, you know that I played hard with my friends and I was celebrating. I mean, I really thought that life as I knew it was over, and I was giving up, and that I didn't have a rig anymore. But then when I realized, no, I'm out here to live. And God left me this talent and this skill to write. And I'm going to do that. And I'm not only going to do that, I'm going to do what I can to give back to this community and to share my story. And if it offers hope and inspiration to anybody, then that is a way also that I can give back. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that unapologetically. And I can do that through YouTube and through my blog post on Patreon and through social media. Now, the other thing that I had been facing and that I have finally come to accept, that has kind of given to this rebirth of Phoenix and I, is that I thought if I'm not going to die, then maybe I can get a job. But the truth is, I have a brain injury, and I have to accept that. And for those of you out there that don't want to accept it, I get you. I hear you. I don't want to accept it. My reasons are different than yours, but I kept thinking there's got to be something I can do. But the truth is, some days I can't get out of bed. I never know what I'm going to really wake up with my brain injury. And I have to be careful of flooding, which is environmental stimuli. I have to take all kinds of precautions. You know, I just did the Best in the Desert race as a checkpoint station, but I wore my earplugs and I was out in the middle of nowhere for days before and again days after. The motorcycles didn't come by all at once. I wasn't right by them. I wouldn't be able to do that. And still, it cost me. The next day I had a headache. And if it had been a travel day, I would not have been able to do it. I did change camps, but that's not the same as a travel day. So employers want you to be able to suit up and show up from work every day. And they expect you to do the task that you are assigned when you get there. And I don't know too many tasks that don't require reading comprehension and some sort of math skills. When I worked for Texas Parks and Wildlife, my wildlife department, my last job, they tried everything they could, and I couldn't even run a cash register because you have to have math skills to do that. Some days I could, some days I couldn't, and that is still true. So in addition to coming to accept that I'm out here to live, and I'm not out here to just while away my days until I can't anymore, I've also come to accept my brain injury and that I can do certain things. I can create YouTube videos. Well, that's actually kind of not true. I film them and I produce them and I schedule them and I put them out there and market them. But Robert Witham edits my videos. I got to where I can't do it. And so I do none of this on my own. It's Team Debra. I have a YouTube channel, and thank you guys for watching it, and thank you guys for sharing it, and thank you for subscribing to it. But Robert Witham helps me with my videos. I write books. Angelique Giron helps me with my editing. I have a Teespring store, and the banner's down below, and Tim Untethered manages that for me. And all of them, I don't want to get into the finances, but all of them are reimbursed for their work, because my focus, my goal is to, it feels like a calling, you guys. It feels like that's what I'm supposed to do. And I don't know whether you believe in such things or not, but I feel like I got the God nod that if I will write in the mornings, work in the afternoons, which means with all three of my partners and all three of those entities that I just said, including Patreon, writing articles and keeping them up to date, and all of that in the afternoon, and then in the evening, that leaves projects. Like if I want to sew curtains or paint my RV or bathe bandit or gosh, I'm just trying to come up with things, or even things. I have culling of old stuff that I need to do, old photos and old paperwork and everything. I've got 4 small boxes of that I have to do. So there are projects that I want to do. But in the morning I write, in the afternoon I work, and in the evenings I do projects. So that doesn't leave a lot of time for play or socializing or entertainment or sitting around campfires, and that's okay. I will do those things, and you're going to see me with my friends, but it has to be an exception rather than the rule. I'll be honest with you, I'm 62. It's not like I'm starting this venture in my 20s. And I feel like, because I didn't die in 2016, I didn't become a vegetable, I've been giving another do-over with Phoenix rising from the desert and the ashes, and my health, because of Aricept, I'm able to do more. It's odd. I have to do it in chunks, and I have to be really careful, because if I overdo it, it'll put me in bed. It's like using, there's a spoon theory, and you use up all your spoons, and then there's nothing left, and I have to be really careful, because it will cause me some of my symptoms are I start stuttering, I get nosebleeds, my eye collapses because I still have bone fragments in here. I can't, I literally, it's like when you type in a URL, but you don't hit enter, and the URL just sits there and it doesn't go anywhere. That's kind of what happens. I just kind of go away. So I have to be real careful. But I also believe that God gave me this opportunity, and I'm not going to squander it. And I love it. I mean, look at my backyard and I'm today and I'm about to go, sorry about my hiking here. And I just saw it in the camera. It's like, whoosh. And I'm about to go see my friends Val and Greg for Memorial Day weekend. I don't know when you will see this, but it will be after that. And I don't share my locations real time because of safety issues. And I am so very blessed. And if God is allowing me to do this, and I really believe in co-creation. I don't believe in an external Santa Claus God. I believe in co-creation. And I believe that Spirit speaks through us and from within us into each other. And I feel like this is a calling, that my channel is about a day in my RV life, but it's about also doing it out here with a disability and with this brain injury and with my dog, who was a bait dog in Mexico and has had 3 broken bones and wouldn't even let me touch him when I first got him, and he used to attack me and bite me, and now he's just a love bug, and he's come such a long ways. And all of that and this lifestyle has given me friends that feel like family, that are family. And that's why I'm writing this book. And I'm going to keep sharing it on YouTube and social media and on Patreon. And that's the work I do in the afternoons. And so I guess I'm saying that because everybody wants to also have time for your friends and family and the things that you love to do. And it's not just me that shuffles or it finds I'm losing words, balancing all these things. I know it's not just me, and it's not just nomads, it's everybody that struggles with balancing all of that. And what am I trying to say to you? This is the most awkward video ever, I'm sure. But I want you to know that I'm not just out here to play. I'm not just out here to go on walks with my dog in beautiful country like this. I'm grateful that I get to have these blessings, but I'm also out here to share my story and to be an example and stand up for what I believe in, which is respecting our public lands and following rules, laws, regulations, and guidelines, and connecting with other people and giving that gratitude back and being of service however I can. And that has to take precedence for me. And so I just want my family and friends and anybody that might come to camp with me to know that takes priority for me, and that I still want to do all of those things. Heck, I still have to make videos. So I'm going to be doing those things, and I'm going to be sharing it with you, but I'm not doing it all by myself. I am surrounded by wonderful, loving, caring people that lift me up, and I want to do that for you. And so I guess how the two things tie together, how not having solar power to my batteries and why you might not want to camp with me is because anytime something comes into my day unexpectedly, like my battery's not getting solar power, that goes slotted somewhere in either the morning of writing or the afternoon of work or in the evening of projects. A travel day, laundry, meetings, grocery store, all of those things get slotted in there. And my friend David, my trustee, he wrote an article, and I'll put it in the video description below, and I'll close with this, about living a life of intention rather than a life of default. And I guess that's what I want to say. Life happens. Solar power quits working. A friend needs you and you go running. An opportunity comes up to go have fun and you decide that you're going to weigh one against the other and you go do that. Or a friend just needs you and you come running. A family, whatever it might be. My dog, he gets sick, I take him to the vet. But mostly, I'm going to live a life of intention, and I'm so grateful for it. In the mornings, I write. In the afternoons, I work. And in the evenings, I do projects. And I love this life, and I really do believe that being a nomad saved my life. And I can't wait to share that book with you soon. And I want to know, what are your intentions for your life? How are you living life with a purpose instead of just going by default, which I had been? I'm not going to live life like I'm dying anymore. I'm going to live it large and like I'm out here to serve a purpose. And I want to know what yours is. Thank you for listening. This was probably the craziest video ever. I hope you enjoy the view that Bandit and I just got back from seeing. And I'm going to go in and fix dinner and then start working on some projects. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you down the road. Keep on keeping on. So I just realized, I don't think I ever told you why you might not want to camp with me. It's because I think that on the other side of me answering what I feel like is my calling and being passionate about it and being committed to it, that probably makes me a very boring campmate. But I do want to see my friends and family, and I do want to meet new people, and I'll work it in somehow. I just realized when I was gonna do this video, I thought, you know what, the title needs to be, You May Not Want to Camp With Me. But I hope you do, and I hope I get to meet you at some point down the road. And thank you, my wonderful viewers. Thank you again for being on this journey with us. Okay, I'm gonna quit talking now. Bye.